Grace and peace to you. Welcome to Letters of Paul to the Philippines. April 5, 2026 is Easter Sunday. Christ, our hope, our superstar, is risen. Alleluia. If St. Paul were writing to us today, to the Philippines, he might say, "Brothers and sisters, if you were raised with Christ, seek what is above." From the letter to the Colossians. But before we celebrate, we must enter the story. The Gospel from St. John begins like this. On the first day of the week, Mary of Magdala came to the tomb early in the morning, while it was still dark. Still dark. Mary sees the stone removed. She runs. She tells Peter, "They have taken the Lord, and we don't know where they put him." Peter and the beloved disciple run to the tomb. They see the burial clothes. They enter, and the Gospel says something striking. He saw and believed, for they did not yet understand. They believed even before they understood. That is faith. In the Acts of the Apostles, Peter proclaims, "He went about doing good, healing all those oppressed, for God was with him." They put him to death by hanging him on a tree. But God raised him on the third day. And Peter insists, "We are witnesses. We ate and drank with him after he rose." Why did Peter say that Jesus was hung on a tree? In those days, a cross was literally made from wooden beams. In Greek, the word xylon can mean wood, timber, or tree. So tree is actually a natural, literal way of referring to a wooden cross. Next, it connects to an Old Testament teaching. This is the deeper and more important reason. In Deuteronomy chapter 21, verse 23, it says, "Anyone who is hung on a tree is under God's curse." The early Christians, including St. Paul, saw this as significant. In letter to the Galatians chapter 3, verse 13, Paul writes, "Christ redeemed us by becoming a curse for us, for it is written, 'Cursed is everyone who hangs on a tree.'" What does this mean theologically? So when Peter says tree, he's not just describing the object, he's preaching. Jesus took on the curse of sin. He entered fully into human suffering and rejection. And through that very tree, he brings salvation. So the tree becomes a sign of curse turned into blessing, death turned into life. There's also a beautiful biblical contrast. In Genesis, humanity falls through a tree, the tree of knowledge. In the Gospel, humanity is redeemed through a tree, the cross. The tree of death becomes the tree of life. Brothers and sisters, this is not a legend. This is testimony. And because of this, Peter declares, everyone who believes in him will receive forgiveness of sins. From St. Paul, "You have died, and your life is hidden with Christ in God. Think of what is above, not what is on earth." Easter is not just about remembering. It is about transformation, from sin to grace, from despair to hope, from fear to courage. When Christ appears, you too will appear with him in glory. The church sings today, "Death and life have contended. The Prince of Life who died reigns immortal." And the psalm declares, "This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad." The stone the builders rejected has become the cornerstone. In Jesus Christ Superstar, people struggle to understand Jesus. Is he a superstar? A passing figure? A symbol? But Easter gives the answer. He is the cornerstone, the risen Lord. Let's pause for a moment. Where does the word Easter come from? According to early tradition, it may be linked to Eostre, associated with spring and new light. But the church's deeper word is Pascha, from the Jewish Passover, a passing over. Just as Israel passed from slavery to freedom, Christ brings us from death to life. That is the true meaning of Easter. Over time, people expressed Easter joy in different ways, some beautiful, some unusual. Easter eggs, once forbidden during Lent, are now symbols of new life. The Easter fire, a sign that light conquers darkness. Even something called Easter laughter, where priests told joyful stories to celebrate victory from death. Some customs came from culture, even pre-Christian traditions, but the church gave them new meaning, because Easter joy cannot be contained. Sisters and brothers, maybe you feel like Mary, still in the dark. Maybe you feel like Peter, running, searching. Maybe you feel like the disciples, believing, but not yet understanding. Easter speaks to you. I shall not die, but live, and declare the works of the Lord. You are not meant to stay in the tomb. To the people of the Philippines, grace and peace to you. Christ is risen, so rise also. Leave behind sin. Walk in the light. Live as children of the resurrection. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad. Maligayang Pasko ng pagkabuhay. Christ is risen. Alleluia. This was another letter of Paul to the Philippines. Subscribe for more letters and reflections. God bless.